Hey playa, have you ever had a crush on someone and wanted to know the perfect thing to say to get them to go out with you? Well, that's the question that Jordan Zablitsky asked me when he said, do pickup lines work? I think there's a simple answer to that question and a simple way to do it effectively, and I'll share that way right after this.
This is the Josh Speaks, you're watching the Josh Speak.
For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh, and every single Monday through Friday, I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. And today I want to dive into the idea of pickup lines. Do they work? What should you say? And how to make them actually mean something. When you think about normal pickup lines, your mind might jump to things like, are those space pants because your ass is out of this world? Or are you tired because you've been running through my mind all day? These type of lines are funny and silly, but you have to ask the real question, are they effective? Normally, when people want to use pickup lines, it's with the hope that by saying this funny and silly thing, it'll gain the person's interest. They'll actually care about what you have to say because you've caught their attention with humor. But I would disagree. I don't think saying things like that is the most effective approach that you can take when talking to someone for the very first time. And the main reason is because saying a pickup line like that creates two scenarios, one where they like the joke and one where they don't. Jokes like that create 50-50 odds for yourself, and I personally think you should have better odds when you're trying to approach someone for the first time. So, what kind of pickup lines do work and actually increase your odds of success with that person? Well, I would specifically say asking questions and sharing stories. Now you might be thinking, I don't even know this person. I can't just ask them random weird questions or even just talk about myself. That's just out of nowhere, right? I would disagree. I think every conversation you have with someone follows a narrative flow. So if you can craft a narrative flow in the very beginning of it, then it's much easier for that person to follow along and be more invested. You might say something like this, hey, I want to get your quick opinion on something. Me and my friends were thinking about going to the movies to see this movie and stuff, but a few of us are a bunch of guys and a bunch of girls, so I wanted to get a girl's perspective. What are your thoughts on these type of movies? What you've done in that situation is you've created a narrative. You and your friends want to do something, and a few of your friends are girls, so you're approaching your crush to get a girl's perspective. So anything that they do tell you and share with you is valid for what's going on. Your crush will feel like their input is important in this situation because there's a real world context to it. You're not just asking them about space pants and their ass being out of this world. And in that example, you can always lead the conversation further and further. Once they share their opinion there, you can then ask them, what type of movies do they enjoy watching? Have they ever seen any sequels that they liked? What is their favorite genre of television or music or anything else for that matter? I don't like the term pickup lines because I feel like just by saying that initial opener, somehow you'll instantly get the person's contact information, they'll instantly want to go out with you, and everything will work. But relationships take a little bit more effort than that. Some people also may view pickup lines as just confidently walking up to someone that you like, saying, hey, I think you're cute, and asking them out. And that can possibly work too. In those cases, I wouldn't even say there's a pickup line attached to that whole process. You're kind of just going for it and seeing what happens. In that scenario, you're still creating 50-50 odds for yourself because you're declaring that you like someone and hoping that they like you back. And you don't really know. It's a flip of a coin. They might or they might not. One thing to remember though is that 50-50 odds are not always inherently a bad thing. Let's say you had 50-50 odds to win the lottery. Wouldn't you say you had a good chance in that scenario? I'd take 50-50 odds of winning the lottery, but when it comes to human connections, I want a better opportunity. And if I could do simple things to increase my chances of actually connecting with them and building on something, I'd take it. That's why when it comes to pickup lines, you have to think bigger. Don't just think about that initial moment of talking to them. You're not trying to woo them or get them to instantly like you. Relationships take time to build. So lay the groundwork by sharing stories, asking questions, learning about their personality, and maybe even in that initial conversation, asking for their contact information. Follow things through to your own comfort level, and also get this idea of pickup lines just out of your mind. What do you think though? Is there someone that you like that you just don't know how to approach and start a conversation with? Leave your comments down below and we'll talk about it. If you have a question or a story that you want to share with me in a more private setting, you can always shoot me a DM over on Snapchat or Instagram. I do my best to answer as many messages as I can. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, subscribe. And remember guys, the learning doesn't end here. Check out the videos I have over there on the side if you want to learn more about good and effective lines and conversation starters and things you can say to make it work out with you and your crush. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, love and peace.